GTM Podcast Buddhist Knowledge 38 Blessing of Life Blessing 11 Part 5 Illustrative Example Part 1 Hello everyone. You are listening to GTM Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to our Buddhist Knowledge series so far. Now we have reached almost to the end of Blessing 11. In this episode, we will tell you the illustrative example of supporting your parents, which there are many to explore. Therefore, we're going to divide it into two parts. If you have not listened to the previous episode yet, we suggest you go back and listen to them first for more understanding. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so that way it can help supporting us to continue our program. Now let us begin with our illustrative examples. Example number 1. Metaphor: Parents as God or Brahma. Our parents have been compared to our God or Brahma as is used in this term in Buddhism, because they exhibit toward us all the underlying virtues exhibited by a God, which is called the Four Divine Abidings or Brahma Vihara. 1. Loving kindness or Metta. Parents have the limitless wish that their children should remove themselves from suffering in every respect. 2. Compassion or Karuna. The parents make every effort to diminish the suffering of their children, never neglect their child. 3. Sympathetic joy or Mudita. Whenever the child experiences success or happiness, the parents are sincerely happy on their child's part. 4. Equanimity or Ubekha. When the child has their own family and is able to look after its own affairs, the parents no longer interfere. If the children make mistakes, the parents refrain from saying, "I told you so," but give their opinion when asked for it. Example number 2. Metaphor: Parents as one's first guardian angel. The parents are the first people known to the child to offer their protection to the child in every way. Example number 3. Metaphor: Parents as first teacher. The parents are the first people known to the child to teach and train the child, whether it be how to walk or talk or how to cultivate good manners. Example number 4. Metaphor: Parents as Arahant. The parents are as the child's Arahant because they have 4 qualities. 1. They bring the child great benefit. The parents fulfill the challenging duty of caring for the child in every way, something it would be hard to find anyone else to do in their place. 2. They command respect but are endearing, protecting the child from all dangers. They also manage to bring gentle warmth to the child's life. 3. They are the child's field of merit. They have completely pure intentions toward their children, making them a worthy object of the child's merit making. 4. They are worthy of being respected to or bowed to. A child should express his respect for his parents by bowing or saluting them. Example number 5. Metaphor: gold plate versus solid gold. Just as you can tell the difference between a gold plate object and one that is solid gold by passing it through a flame, you can tell whether someone is truly virtuous by whether or not he cherishes his parents. Example number 6. Proverb: carrying one's parents on one's shoulders for 100 years. The Buddha taught that even if we were to carry our parents, one on each shoulder, for 100 years, spoon feeding them and allowing them to urinate and defecate on us, it would still be insufficient fully to repay our debt of gratitude to our parents. Example number 7. Proverb: a sky full of parental praise. If we were to use Mount Sumeru as our pen and all the water of the ocean as our ink, even if we were to write the virtues of our parents in the sky until there were no place left to write, the mountain were worn down and the seawater dry, we would still not have reached an end of our parents' virtues. Example number 8. The monk who went on alms round for his parents. Normally, when a monk has gathered food on his alms round, he must take his meal from that food first before passing the remainder on to any lay supporters. In the time of the Buddha, there was a monk whose parents were so poor they had nothing to eat. The monk went on alms round and gave the parents first choice of the food he managed to gather. Later, he was criticized by other monks who report his behavior to the Buddha. The Buddha said that what the monk had done was correct, and that in the case a monk's parents need food from his alms round, they may be served first and the monk himself take the remainder, an exception to the rule in keeping the debt of gratitude. Even a monk should repay his parents. Example number 9. Kakani Jataka. After his father's death, a young man devoted himself entirely to his mother until the latter, much against his will, brought him a wife. The wife plotted to estrange mother and son, and the old woman eventually had to leave the house. Having given birth to a son, the wife went about saying that if the mother-in-law had been with her, such a blessing would have been impossible. When the old woman heard of this, she felt such words show that Dhamma must be dead. The woman went to a ceremony and started to perform a rite in the memory of the dead Dhamma. The Indra or Sakka's throne became heat, and hearing her story, used his power to reconcile the old woman with her son and daughter-in-law. The story was related to a young man of Savatthi who looked after his aged mother until his wife came. The wife helped to look after her mother-in-law at first, but later grew jealous of her husband's love for his mother and contrived to make the son angry with his mother. Finally, she asked the man to choose between herself and his mother. The young man, without hesitation, stood up for his mother, and the wife, realizing her folly, mended her ways. Example number 10. The Baking Bowl. Once upon a time, there was a family where the mother and father were already old. The only son loved his father and mother and took good care of them, running errands and helping in the house throughout his childhood. Then the son came of age, got married, and had his own children. Unfortunately, as soon as he got married, he found that his wife's love for his own parents was far less than his own. His wife chided him, "Don't you love your own children? Looking after your parents wastes time that could be better spent earning a good wage. Let your parents look after themselves." At first, he took no notice of his wife, but since his wife would complain and insist on this matter every day, eventually, he forgot his debt of gratitude to his parents. He purchased a pair of clay bowls for his parents and instructed them, "Mother and father, from now on you must beg for a living," and went about earning his own living as best as he could. The son's own children grew up to the age of 5 or 6. One day, their father came home from work to find his children decorating a coconut shell with finest ornaments. He asked, "What do you think you're doing with the coconut shell?" The children said, "We are getting a baking bowl ready for you, to help you when you get too old to work." Seeing his own children with the coconut shell, the father realized his own ingratitude, and from that day forth, invited his own parents to stay in his own home and look after them in the best of comfort until the end of their days. These illustrate how powerful the parent's influence on his child and shows that the child's standard of good deeds comes directly from his parents' example. The Lord Buddha taught that the debt of gratitude we owe to our parents is so great that it would be hard to repay the debt of gratitude within a single lifetime. Thus, it is one of the duties outlined in Singalovada Sutta and the Mangala Sutta, or 38 Blessings of Life, to cherish our own parents, especially in old age. By doing this, we not only repay our indebtedness to our parents for giving us life, but we strengthen the structure of society to make it free from alienation, especially for the senior citizens in society some of whom receive more comfort from their pet cats and dogs these days than they do for their own sons and daughters. Example number 11. Even the Buddha must care for his parents. Even the Buddha himself devoted considerable time and effort repaying the debt of gratitude he had to his parents. The Buddha spent the whole of one rainy season, which about 3 months retreat, in Tawatimsa heaven, which is the second level of heaven, through the might of his mental powers, in order to teach his late mother the whole of the Abhidhamma. His mother, Queen Maya, had passed away only 7 days after the birth of Prince Siddhartha. Now that you understand and learn from this illustrative example on the importance of supporting your parents, don't forget to take care of your parents and make it a part of your duty in life as well. We will continue again the second part of illustrative example. See you again until next time.